Dear students and viewers, Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Welcome to my today's class. Today's topic is transformation of sentence or changing sentence. It is the topic of ASSC first and second year. Here ASSC first and second year. This is the marks details of changing sentence. Look at the board. Affirmative to negative or negative to affirmative. In this way, assertive to interrogative, interrogative to assertive. This way, you will get 1 marks. From voice, active to passive or passive to active, you will get 1 marks. Then degree, you will get 1. In this way, simple, complex and compound, you will get 2 marks. So from changing sentence, you will get 5 marks. I think you have already learned affirmative, negative, assertive, imperative, exclamatory, voice and degree. Today's class I will discuss on simple, complex, compound. In simple sentence, there is one independent clause. What is clause? Clause is a part of a sentence. In a clause, there is one subject, a verb and an object. For example, Molly studied biology. Here Molly is subject, studied verb, biology object. So this is a clause and this is an independent clause. This is also called simple sentence. If we say my friend is added before Molly and after biology we have added in the university. Total sentence is also in simple form. My friend Molly studied biology in the university. This is another example. Going out, I saw him. Someone may think that going out is another clause, but going out is not clause. Here only clause is I saw him. Why going out is not clause? Because here you look at, there is no subject and there is no verb. You think that going is verb. Going is verb, but it's a non-finite verb. So we knew that in simple sentence there is a verb which is finite verb. So here we find finite verb. Finite verb. So in short, in simple sentence we find a independent clause, and in independent clause we have a finite verb. There are several non-finite verbs, but finite verb is only one. What is the difference between finite and non-finite verb? Finite verb, the verb which completes the full sense of our mind. If we say he wants to go out, here there is two verbs, wants and to go. Wants is finite verb and to go is non-finite verb. So here only one finite verb, so it is simple sentence. Clear? I think you all have understood simple sentence. Now come to the compound sentence. In compound sentence, there are two or more independent clauses added with coordinating conjunctions. The coordinating conjunctions are mainly fan voice, in short fan voice. Here if, for, a and, n nor, b but, o or otherwise, y yet, s so. If we connect two independent clauses with these types of coordinating conjunctions, then that sentence is called compound sentence. This is the example of he studied a lot, he failed in the exam. This is an independent clause, this is also an independent clause. If we connect these two sentences with but, he studied a lot but he failed in the exam. So this sentence is called compound sentence. Here I have bracketed he, because if he and he, these two subjects are same, you can deduct the next one. You can use only first subject. If you use, no problem. Here he studied a lot is independent clause. He failed in the exam in independent clause. But here we connect with but. This is all about the compound sentence. Now come to complex sentence. In complex sentence, there will be one dependent clause and one independent clause. For example, I know why he came here. Here I know is independent clause. Why he came here is dependent clause. So these two connects together and that is called complex sentence. Another example, as he is a poor man, he can't buy it. Here as he is a poor man is dependent clause, he can't buy it is independent clause. These are all about complex. In short, in simple sentence, there is one independent clause. In complex sentence, there is one dependent clause and another independent clause. In compound sentence, there are two independent clauses which are added with coordinating conjunctions. Now we will discuss the rules of changing from one sentence to another. This is the first rules. In simple sentence, in spite of or despite plus possessive form of subject plus verb plus ing or noun. Possessive form of subject, here of. In complex, instead of in spite of or despite, you will have to put though or although. You can use anyone. You can use anyone of though or although. Then subjective form, then verb, then extra of the sentence. In compound, you will have to start from the subject, verb, then use but and connect to sentence. In short, in simple, the identification in spite of despite. In complex, though although. In compound, but. This is the rule 1. After discussing rule 2, then I will give you 2 examples. This is the rule number 2. In simple, here we find to or in order to. When we turn this sentence into complex, then we will have to use so that or in order that. Especially if to, then you use so that. If in order to, then you will use in order that. After this sentence, we will follow this structure: subject, can or could, then verb 1 plus object. In compound, you will put and instead of so that. And the last part of the structure will follow the structure of complex. If not necessary, you can't use it. If I give an example, then it will be clear to you. Now I am giving the examples of these 2 rules. Look at the board. In spite of my trying more, I didn't get it. This is the example of simple sentence. Now make it into compound and complex. First, complex. In short, I have written cox is the short form of complex, and compound caught, and simple sin in short. So complex, instead of in spite of, I can use though. Then from my is the possessive form, then we will use subjective form. Subjective form of my is I. Then we will use the verb trying. Here trying, but this form is in past tense, so I will use the past form of trying. So tried, though I tried more, I did not get it. Last part will not be changed. In compound, you will deduct though and put but between two clauses, and that will be compound sentence. In Bangla you can say do but মাঝখানে but বাকি সব ঠিকঠাক. For example, I tried more but I did not get it. If you want, you can deduct I, because these I and these are same. If two subjects are same, then you can use only the first one, second all will won't be needed. So the compound is I tried more but I didn't get it. Now the example of second rules. Second rules, he went to Cox's Bazar to enjoy the sea beach. He went to Cox's Bazar to enjoy the sea beach. Here we find to, but which is used for rules? The to which is used before verb. Here to is used before noun Cox's Bazar. This to is used before verb enjoy. So this is based on rules. So in complex I will write he went to Cox's Bazar. Then instead of these two I will write so that. Then the structure will be followed, which we have already discussed. The subject will be used here. Subject is he and he is can or could. What will you use here? This is the past form, so we will use could here. He could enjoy the sea beach. This is the example of complex sentence. Now turn this sentence into compound. There are two systems. If we use only and instead of so that, it will be compound. There is no change. For example, he went to Cox's Bazar and he could enjoy the sea beach. But if you want, you can write in another way. He went to Cox's Bazar and deduct he could. He went to Cox's Bazar and enjoyed the sea beach. You will have to write enjoyed, as this is the verb of past form, so you will have to use the past form enjoy. He went to Cox's Bazar and enjoyed the sea beach. These are two examples of two rules. Now we will come to the rules number 3. Before writing 3, I am going to discuss on the rules of 2 and half. 2 and half means 2 and half. It is also the rules of 2. It is related to rules of 2. 2 and half in simple, there are 2. In complex, this 2 is so, this 2 is that, and the next clause will be followed according to this structure: subject plus can't or couldn't plus V1 plus object. In compound, instead of so you will use very, and that use and the structure will be followed in the same way. For example, he is too weak to work. This is the common example. It's common to work. He is too weak to work. This is the example of simple sentence. Now I will turn this sentence into complex and compound. But in your exam papers, only one sentence will be said. He is, so here to use so. He is so weak. Instead of to, put that. Then the subject he, This is, so you use can't. He can't walk. In compound, he is very weak and he can't walk. He is very weak and he can't walk. Clear? Now we will come to the rules number 3. Rules number 3. Rules number 3 is simple. By plus verb plus ing. In complex, if plus affirmative sentence. If plus affirmative sentence. In compound, but there is a note here. If the complex sentence is, if the complex sentence or compound sentence is started with the second person, if the complex and simple sentence is started with the second person, if the simple or complex is started, or started with second person. In doing compound, you will not use subject. You will start from verb. I think it will be clear after giving example. And if the sentence is started with second or first person, then we will start from that subject. This note will be clear after giving example. I am writing an example here. By studying a lot, I have got GPA 5. By studying a lot, I have got GPA 5. This will be simple. In complex, instead of by studying, here by plus verb plus ing. So I will write if plus affirmative sentence. So if, then affirmative sentence. In a sentence, what will you find? In a sentence there is a subject, a verb, an object. The subject is affirmative sentence by studying a lot, I. So if I studying, that means study. Why is study? This is the present form, so it will also be present form. If I study a lot, I have got GPA 5. This clause will not be changed. In compound, here the sentence is started with first person, so we will start the first person. We will start from the first person. I study and I have. If you want, don't use I. And have got GPA 5. If the sentence starts with you, if we change the example into you, look at this board, notice it. By studying a lot, instead of I, if you use you got GPA 5. So that sentence will be if I, not I, if you. Here not study, because then got is the past form, so here past form, studied. If you studied a lot, I have got, not I have got, you got. If you studied a lot, you got GPA 5. In compound, this is the second person. I have a note there. If the simple complex are started with second person, you will start from the verb. You will start from the verb. Studied a lot. But the verb studied a lot. Here is study. Studied. According to the second person, you cannot use the past form, so you use present form. study and get GPA 5. Study and get GPA 5. Or you can say you studied and got GPA 5. This will be the better for this sentence, but if the verb is in present tense, then you can use this type, study and get GPA 5. If you say if you study a lot, you get GPA 5, then you can write study and get GPA 5. If this will be past, this was in past, then you can write you studied and got GPA 5. This is the rules of 3. Before going 4, I will have to discuss rule number 3.5, because this is the same rules according to rules 3. What will be the tense? Look at the board. This is the word simple sentence. Without plus verb plus ing. In complex, if plus negative sentence. Then in compound, or. What is the sense? Here we use without. In previous we use by. In complex, if plus negative sentence. In the previous rules we have used affirmative sentence. Here we have used and, but now we have used or. So look at the example. If you work hard, you can shine in life. This is the example of complex sentence. If you work hard, you can shine in life. In simple, if you work hard, this is not the example. It is the if plus negative sentence. So it is if you don't work hard, you can't shine in life. This is the rules of this example. This is the example of these rules. If you don't work hard, you can't shine in life. In simple, what will you do? If you, so if plus negative sentence, you will have to use without plus verb plus ing. So without working hard, you can't shine in life. For making it into compound, we start from the verb, because the subject is second person, you. So you start from work hard, or you can't shine in life. Work hard or you can shine in life. Now if the sentence starts with instead of you, he. The example is he, instead of do, does not, here he. So the simple, without working hard, instead of you can use he. He can't shine in life. But in compound there is a change. In compound, now you can't use from the verb. You cannot start with the verb, because there is third person. If the person is third or first, then you can start with the subject, and instead of negative word you can use should. That will be the perfect. So in compound you can use he should work hard, or he can't shine in life. Now we will go to the rules number 4. Number 4. So for in simple, verb plus ing or because of plus possessive from plus verb plus ing or noun. In complex as, since, when, then subject, then verb. In compound, start with subject, verb, then you use and. If you want, you can use so, therefore, then. It is as you wish. For example, as I went out, I saw her. This is the example of complex sentence. If we want to turn this sentence into simple, this will be changed in this way, verb plus ing. So here verb plus ing means went. When verb plus ing went, went in or going. Remember, all time verb plus ing will be started from the verb of base form. The base form of went is go. So going out. Going out, I saw her. And it is very easy compound. You deduct as and put and between here. So the sentence is I went out and I saw her. Previously I have told you, you need not use I if two subjects are same. If two subjects are different, then you can use I. So this is the rule of or 4. Now these are the exercise. Try at home. Do yourself. In the next class, I will solve it. She came here to learn something. Turn this sentence into complex and compound. Then Bangladesh played well, but she lost in the game. Turn this sentence into simple and complex. Number 3, since the weather is cold, I will not go out. Turn this sentence into simple and compound. So this is all about today's class. See you later in the next class. I think all will be happy and will be healthy and hearty. Allah Hafiz.